Oh. No way. Oh. Oh. First try, bro.
Today, after all these years, everybody's been asking me, I'm gonna finally teach you how to cross a canal on a skimboard. So how to cross a canal 101. I would describe it in 3 different steps. The first step is choosing the right board for the stunt. The second one is choosing the right thing to cross. Note that I'm not saying canal because you can also cross swimming pools, rivers, lakes, whatever. And third one is all down to technique. So the types of boards, these I would say are the most commonly used skimboards in all sorts of different skimboarding. So first you got the bodyboard, which is what a lot of people start skimboarding with. It's not actually supposed to be a skimboard. A lot of beginners use this to start up with. And then there's a flatland skimboard, which is a wooden board. So this is made out of basically like the same as a skateboard. And this is made more for riding on flat water and doing tricks. And then you have a wave skimboard like this one, which is made out of fiberglass, carbon, foam interior. It's a very light and buoyant skimboard. So I would say these are the 3 general skimboards, and for crossing a canal, the most effective board is this one. A bodyboard wouldn't work very well because they're not fast enough on water. These wooden boards, they don't slide very well in deep water. So they're really made for flat water. In deep water, they're gonna sink very quickly, and they're not gonna take you very far as the whole construction isn't optimized for deep water and speed. These wave boards, since they're used to slide out to waves, it makes a board that's gonna slide very fast on water and it's gonna float very, very well. In this video, I'm gonna try on all 3 boards as well. So we're gonna see which one works the best. But in general, as a beginner, these boards are the go-to boards that you'd want to learn how to cross canals. Step 2 is to find the suitable location for crossing your canal. This is gonna sound very crazy what I'm about to say, but I do not recommend crossing a canal. Yeah, that sounds weird, huh? But the thing is, a canal in this situation is actually not so hygienic. It's a little bit dirty. So I would actually never really recommend you to go out and find any canal in your city, because if you fall, you're definitely gonna get in your eyes and your nose, whatever, and it might be dirty. So I cannot really tell you, yeah, just try it in your canal randomly, because it could be dangerous. So if you do this at home or in your city, just be a little bit careful. There's different places where you can learn. I would actually recommend a swimming pool first. If you have access to a swimming pool, you might have like a very nice run up and clean water where you're likely going to fall many times at the beginning. So that might be a very good place to learn, where you have like a nice run and you jump on the water. And essentially what I'm trying to say is try to find a location where the water is not too dirty, because you will fall. You got to be very ready to fall. It would be nice to minimize the consequences of falling. So clean water and avoiding debris in the water. If the water is too shallow and there's like random stuff in it that could get you hurt, I don't really recommend that. With that being said, once you find a clean layer of water that you want to cross, what you should be looking for is your run up. You're going to be running about 10 to 15 meters before you reach the water. It's important to find ground that is nice and flat and level. And then once you have a nice even run up, it comes to the drop. So this is probably the most important part where you should not get wrong. Here we have a drop from the ground to the water of about 15 centimeters. And this is quite ideal because remember, you're gonna have to run, drop your board, jump on. So if, for example, you have a 1 meter drop and you have to drop your board, it's gonna be very difficult to make sure your board stays nice and stabilized before you get on. And there'll be much more impact when you get on the board, which will make you lose your speed and lose your balance. If you can find a location where the water is pretty much on the same level, that would be ideal because that would make it even easier. And as high as, let's say, 50 centimeters from the ground to the water. That's probably the maximum you should do as a beginner. Regarding the distance of the water that you're sliding, it can be as little as, I would say, 4 to 5 meters. And maximum, I mean, sky's the limit. I think my maximum is about 32 meters. So I would say, as reference, as a beginner, try to find something that's between like 6 to 15 meters at first, and I'm confident you'll be able to make it across. Once you can do that, you can just level it up, try to reach more than 30 meters, 100 footer. The other side must be kind of free of debris and smooth enough where you can just jump back on and not get hurt. To summarize, a nice, even, flat run up so you can run with all your speed. The edge of the ground before the water must be not too high. A sliding area of water of about 6 to 15 meters, and then the other side must be free of debris. Okay, now step 3, the technique, the most important part of crossing a canal. If you've never done skimboarding before, you have to figure out if you ride your board regular with your left foot forward or goofy with your right foot forward. So I'm not gonna get into too many details about this. I have a tutorial, another video that really explains exactly how to get on your board. So if you don't know how to do that yet, please check that tutorial. So once you figured out your stance, I am regular, so I'm gonna demonstrate everything in the regular stance. If you're goofy, just simply do the opposite. So step one, you take your board, you walk, and then you are facing the canal straight up. So this canal I'm sliding would be about, let's say, 15 meters. So this is a good intermediate beginner canal to start with. You start your run holding your board how you should. This step is the most simple. What you gotta do is you run. You ready to run? You run. And then once you get to the edge, I would say this is one of the most crucial parts in how to correctly cross the canal without falling every time. Since I am riding with my right foot back as a regular, what I like to do is I run all the way to the edge and I ensure that my last foot touching the ground is my back foot. In my situation, that's my right foot. So I'm running and I make sure my last step is my right foot before I jump onto the board. Once you do that, you have to leap forward. In order to practice, let's say create an imaginary line. And I'm imagining in my head that this is the solid ground and this is the water. So you can practice like this before getting into the water. You make your last step being your back foot that's gonna get on the board. You kind of keep your board middle of your body height and you kind of like just drop the board forward while you're using the strength of your back foot to leap forward, getting on your board. When you get on your board, don't jump on it because all your momentum is gonna go down and you're gonna sink. You really have to, when you get on the board, you kind of push yourself forward to get the maximum speed you can possibly get. So once you push yourself on the board, you're in a nice position. You have to try to bend your knees and try to not lean backwards or forwards. You have to stay as straight as possible. You're now sliding on the water. There's two things you can do. Either you stay going straight, you just kind of go straight. That's not gonna take you as far. If you really wanna slide as far as possible, you have to do something called the side slip. The side slip is a technique often used in wave skimboarding to basically hydroplane over water more smoothly. This works because of science, and I don't understand science. Do you know science, Raw?
I know science.
Why does side slipping work?
So, you can see the board, it has a rocker, right? So it's not straight. If you go straight on the water, the board will catch all the bumps possible. But if you do like this, sideways, you can see the surface that's touching the water is the most straight possible, you see?
Side slip, like Joao explained, is gonna allow you to slide further because of whatever science stuff he said. But once you're on, if you wanna get the maximum amount of slide, what you have to do, as soon as you're on, open your shoulders. I would open my shoulder and allow my hips to follow me in this sideways position. Once I'm in this position, I have to make sure my feet are very centered on the board, get nice and low. Once you're completely centered with both feet completely flat on the board, full speed on the side slip, hopefully you'll reach the other side. Okay, so I know this is gonna be a very difficult thing at first. It takes a lot of practice. Don't get discouraged if you don't get it right away. Some people land it on their first day trying to cross the canal. Other people, it might take them a week, 2 weeks. But yeah, if you really wanna do it, don't give up. I'm sure you'll get it. I can guarantee you with 1 week of trying, you're gonna make it across and it's gonna feel amazing. If this video helped you and you learned how to cross the canal, please send me the video. I'd love to see your progress. Okay, now I'm gonna take my boards. I'm gonna try my regular board, but also some funny boards. So maybe I'm gonna fall in, but I'm gonna try to cross the canal myself and we'll see how that goes. And that is a canal cross. It's all about speed, stability, getting on the board correctly, and once you get to the other side, you kick the board up and you grab it, and you feel like the king of the world. Try on this wooden Raza Pro DB. This is a lot harder. Let's see if I can make it.
Damn!
Actually, that wasn't even that hard. Generally, this is harder, but I'm gonna try something even harder, the boogie board. This, I'm afraid to fall. Also, like, there's no real wax on this right now. He really wants me to fall. I do. Well, that worked. I don't know how that worked. I think we have to find a board where I don't make it.
I think we have to find a piece of wood to say you cannot make it.
How about a door? I think this is great. I think this will do.
No. Since all of this is working so easy for you, we found you
A piece of wood.
Try it,
This
try
is
it.
literally impossible.
No.
You make the impossible possible.
This is impossible. This is
No.
physically impossible.
If you do that, I'll find you somebody that will do the kennel with you. But I want you to commit.
I think I have to jump on like this. No?
You're not gonna fall.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
You're gonna
fall.
make it.
My feet are literally bigger than this.
If you make it, we'll do it.
Okay, if you make it, we'll do it.
Someone else is gonna have to. You ready for this? Nope. You're not ready? Here, I'm gonna teach you. Don't worry about it. This is a skimboard. Pull forward. Yeah, like that. Okay. But then try to be like more
Like a
stable, feathered. You gotta feel like you're super light. You got it. Fucking God, let's go! That was better. That was definitely better. Okay, so what he did there is he kept the board too high. He was still holding the board in air. Mace, he got too excited. He's gonna give it a go.
I never seen Mace trying this.
If I do this first tee,
$50. $50 first try.
he's giving me $50 if I do this first try. And I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna make it.
Football's ready. I already have your email and everything on it.
I don't think I'm gonna do this though.
First try then. No way.
Yes!
That was kind of fire, not gonna lie. That was legit.
That was good.
No way. No way. What? First, first tee, bro. Oh! No way. Did you ever try this? You never tried this in your life?
Best.
Oh!
Dude, fucking shit.
Oh! Okay,
Okay.
we fall what? Yeah! Oh! No fucking way. It took him like 10 minutes.
He did it. No way.
That's insane.
Look at him go.
No.
Look how proud he is. Nonchalant. As promised, the king, 50 euros.
Oh, damn. Deserved it.
Now, hopefully you guys know how to cross a canal. Like I said, if you really put your heart into it, you can learn it in one day, like this guy. It took him literally 15 minutes. That's a rare case, but maybe some of you guys are gonna learn as fast or knit. Phone!
No.
They survived. Thank you for watching. Now I gotta buy a new phone later.